What? Oh my goodness. You guys are going to be absolutely blown away by this recipe. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Tara, and on this channel, I love to share delicious, easy, healthy recipes that you can make right in your very own kitchens. In today's video, we are going to be making delicious, fresh Italian pasta. Yes, I said it. I thought it would be super fun for us to spend the next few weeks making different types of fresh pasta. So this week, we're gonna be using red lentils and chickpea flour. I would highly recommend trying this recipe even if you usually only eat traditional pasta. It is a foolproof recipe. It is absolutely delicious, so incredibly easy to make. The texture is perfect. It is not mushy. It reheats well. I'm gonna show you how to make this pasta, and it is gonna be enough for 5 servings. So it is absolutely perfect for meal prepping. Be sure to stay all the way through the end of the video. I am gonna be sharing some great ways in which to use this delicious Italian fresh pasta. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you would join our community. You do that by hitting the red subscribe button below, and be sure to hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss anything. I post new videos every Sunday. Okay guys, let's hop right into the video. In a medium bowl, we're gonna add the 1 cup of the dried red lentils, and then we are gonna cover this with filtered water. I used about 2 cups of filtered water. We just wanna make sure we give it enough room because the lentils are going to grow in size. After about 20 minutes, it should look something like this, and then we are ready to rinse and drain them. Then I added them to my Vitamix blender. If you don't have a high-speed blender, you could also use a food processor. So once they were all in there, I added 1/2 of a cup of the chickpea flour, along with 1/4 of a teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, and 1/2 of a cup of filtered water. And then I mixed it up. Next, we're gonna pour it into another bowl. And I'm using this under blade scraper in order to get it all out. I love this, I'll link it below. And then I'm adding some chickpea flour to this. I started with about 1/4 of a cup and gradually began adding it in. I ended up using close to 1 cup of chickpea flour at this time. We just really want to get it so that it's the consistency that we will be able to start using our hands. So now I'm spreading some chickpea flour out onto a silicone baking mat, and then I'm pouring the mixture onto the mat. I started using my hands, so we can do it this way, but I did decide to switch to a spatula because my hands were very sticky. So I found the spatula to be a little bit easier. So you can see that this dough is really starting to come together. In total, I used about 2.5 cups of chickpea flour, but you can do it until you get the consistency that you like. Remember, if we're using a pasta shape maker, it needs to not be too sticky or it will not be able to pass through the attachment. So then I started to roll out 1-inch balls, and I set them aside onto my cutting mat. Now, I thought it would be super fun to include an unboxing of this awesome gourmet pasta press attachment. This is the first time I used it, so I was really excited about it. It comes with 6 different pasta shapes, so of course there's spaghetti. It also has both the large and small macaroni size attachments, as well as the rigatoni shape. And rigatoni is one of my favorite shapes of pasta. I feel like it really goes with different types of pasta sauces, so I really love that. And then of course there's the bucatini shape. That is the shape I decided to use for this video. I love that shape. And then also the fusilli attachment. I'm very excited to try that one in the near future because that's one of my absolute favorite shapes. Now we're gonna put this attachment together. And it's important that you put it together the right way or it's just not going to work. This is kind of similar to using a cookie press. If you think of like a cookie press, that there's something that's spiraling in order to push the cookie dough through it. It's very similar, but you can see here how the pasta attachment shape goes right on top, and then we screw it down. So it's really very simple to use. Next, we're gonna open up our attachment component on the top of the mixer and just place the attachment right on and screw it down. I'm gonna turn the stand mixer on to the appropriate setting. Mine is number 2, and then I am feeding the 1-inch dough balls inside of there, and look at this. Oh my goodness, this really could not get any simpler to make. So the process involved taking these little dough balls and placing them into the top of the stand mixer attachment. I found using a little spatula was helpful to feed it through, and you really don't have to press too hard. And then when it gets to be the desired length that you want, you slide the cutter across and it cuts it. And it really couldn't be any simpler. And I placed all of these onto my cutting board, trying to not have them touching each other too much because I didn't want them to stick to each other. Look at how many I've made. Oh my goodness, it was so fast and so easy to make as well. I am definitely going to be experimenting with the other shapes in the near future. Next, I brought a large pot to boil, and then I added just a little pinch of the Himalayan pink salt. I think this really helps with pasta. And then I added all of the pasta into the water. You don't have to add it all. I wanted to meal prep this, so I added all of it so I could have the 5 portions. And I just slid it right in there. Remember, this is fresh pasta, so it does not take very long to cook. So, and because it's got red lentils and chickpea flour in there, it has a tendency to boil over. So watch this because it can happen really quickly, as you see here. So make sure to just keep a really close eye on it. After about 3 minutes, it was done. And so I strained it through my colander, and then I rinsed it with some cool water to stop the cooking process, and then added just a little splash of olive oil, gave it a good stir so that it wouldn't stick together too much. Now, I told you guys at the beginning of the video I was gonna be sharing 3 great ways to meal prep this. So meal idea number 1 is my delicious basil pesto pasta. I will leave a link in the cards above and also in the description box below for my pesto video in case you missed that episode. It was so yummy. Next, for meal idea number 2, we are making a delicious zucchini, portobello mushroom, and Brussels pasta with a garlic sauce. So delicious. If you guys are interested in a video on this, drop me a comment below and I will be happy to feature that in an upcoming video. I top it with a little bit of delicious Italian parsley. So good. Meal prep idea number 3 is a red lentil pasta meatball marinara. This was so incredibly delicious. I will leave a link to my video on the Instant Pot meatballs with Italian pasta sauce in case you missed it. It is so perfect with this pasta, so incredibly delicious. I highly recommend pairing this with this delicious pasta. I topped this dish with some fresh Italian parsley and some grated Pecorino Romano cheese. So guys, what did you think of the video? I can't wait to hear what you guys think of it. Drop me a comment below and let me know a recipe you'd really love for me to share. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys. Even if you have never made fresh pasta, even if I was like a diehard, I am only gonna eat Italian pasta the way that it always was. I don't wanna try anything different, and you guys are gonna absolutely